That was her. Anyway.
Ooh-wee! What's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are here in the live right now. I'm going to wait for a few more people to pop in to this wonderful, beautiful live that we have set for you guys today. Again, we have my favorite guy in the world, no offense, Rory.
Yeah, that's me.
Mr. Louis Sivan, and he's going to be here. Our goal today is going to be answering as many questions as possible, all things Amazon FBA, to make sure that we make you guys, feel more comfortable with the decision of jumping into becoming an entrepreneur and being an online digital entrepreneur, to be exact, and through the Amazon database. Okay. So we'll be touching on a few topics, maybe talk about mainly the things that we want to cover, and then definitely opening up to as many questions. So today is your day to ask as many questions as you want, and we're going to be going through every single one of them. And so make sure that you guys get the answers you need to move forward. Any roadblock is you're feeling or experiencing right now. Okay. Let me see how many people are on right now, Louis. We have 11 so far, which is awesome. I'm going to wait for probably until I see about like 20, and we're going to continue on with explaining in the meantime how people can win, of course, the daily giveaway, which we do, which is the Kevin David Unfair Advantage Blueprint. It's the Underground Blueprint. It's the book that he has created for entrepreneurs like yourself to take that first leap. And so that way you guys can see the steps that he has taken to create a digital business that's multi-million dollars now, worth-wise. And so how do you enter to win this? We do have emojis on the side that explain to you how to do this, but I'm gonna give it to you in plain language, okay? And so in plain language, here's how you can win. To enter the win giveaway that we do every single week, you have to give this post a like. The post where you're watching right now, give it a like. We also take hearts. You can also type in #live if you're watching live with us right now, which you currently are. And if not, and this is on the replay, you can type in a #replay. Ask a question and stay engaged in the community, because that's how we know who's serious, who's really here to win. I see Nitin John. He's always number one when he's coming in the questions in the comment section. So Nitin John, shout out to you, my man. And also, once you guys are done with, putting in a like, typing #live or #replay and answering or asking a question, staying engaged in the chat, you are automatically entered to win in the book giveaway, which we do have for you. Okay. And so the more people who are engaged, the more people who are we're going to be selecting who follows the instructions in this manner. All right. And so really quickly right now, guys, if you guys just logged in, because I see now that we have about 39 people, 40-ish. So what's going to happen is you're going to see a notification that looks very similar to this. What I need you to do is this. Okay. Click get all live notifications. That way Facebook will automatically notify you once we go live here. That way you won't have to run the risk of missing any lives or figuring out where we are. This will automatically put you in for any future lives that we have directly from this page. Okay, so I really hope that really answers the questions in the beginning. These are just kind of ground rules we like to go through. And now when I want to go back, I'm going to let Louis introduce himself. Many of you guys know him already. He's been a really, a common person here in the Amazon space, just kind of explaining how things work. But being the CEO, I'm going to let him explain to you guys his background really quickly and his name. Go ahead, Louis. Hit the people with your name.
So my name's Louis. I am the founder, CEO of Pageoneify and Zon Keywords and Zon Base that we're going to be launching soon. Still in the final days of beta testing. And the software that we've created was because I run a few hundred products on Amazon, but then I started running other people's Amazon business, which is something Kevin's going to be touching on, which is kind of how to run an Amazon sort of agency, where you can use and exploit the knowledge that you're going to get from these kind of lives, Kevin's courses, Kevin's YouTube channel, and you can actually manage other people's Amazon accounts for them for a fee, right? Because in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. And so you don't have to know everything there is to know about Amazon, because I don't think anybody does.
I love it.
You only have to know more than what the guy that's asking you to manage his account knows, right? So when we were selling our own Amazon products, and we still are, we were forever making use of all the tools that were out there, all the software tools, all the keyword tools, all the product research tools, but they weren't doing exactly what we needed from them. A lot of the time, the data was old. A lot of the time, they offered too much information, kind of paralysis by analysis, And so we created our own set of tools for us to use, and that's kind of how the software got born. It was like, whoa, we using this, other people could use this also. So that's what we're here to do. That's why we're here. But the purpose of tonight is to get in as many questions that people come with, because Amazon is like learning a new language, and so I'm hoping that we're going to get through as many questions as possible. Last week, I think we had about 6,000 views of the live last week. So what happens is we have the 40 people watching live now, but this gets watched again and again and again. So the comments that you guys are going to bring is going to help everyone. All right.
Yeah. So, guys, at this time, continue to drop your questions down below. I am keeping track of every single one that pops on here. We have a team of people that are just sweeping through, picking up all the questions and making sure that I'm able to see them as well, so that we can ask both myself and Lewis, but Lewis mainly, him being the go-to guy when it comes to Amazon FBA and the point man. So if you have anything to see what we have going on now first before we go, Nate and John, of course, number one, saying what's going on, Lewis, and such. Let me see. We have, I can't read that name. It's in Arabic, I'm thinking. So what's going on, buddy? Shiomo, you're not first. You're close. You're third. Or you're third to comment anyway. But what's going on? Emilia. So we have a lot of people coming on here. That's awesome. And everybody's saying, hey, what's up? So let me see. We do have a question already. Nice. Ambrosi Andrea says, there is a top now or what? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Ambrosi, is there a top now? Tamiko Stanton says, how do you think the health emergency in China will impact product delivery? And I did see an article about this somebody had posted on Facebook. How do you think it's going to impact it, Lewis? Like, I'm actually pretty curious.
Well, how do you think it's going to impact it?
I mean, well, the thing is,
it's obviously going to slow it down. I'll tell you what's going to slow it down is that the people here on FBA, we're kind of the small guys. Factories like dealing with clients that order tens of thousands of products. 50,000 products, 5 containers full as an order, right? That's what big brands order. So when a factory is dealing with someone small, and then there's a problem, now it's the health crisis. Last year there was this environmental cleanup, and all the factories had to, get inspected. The smaller orders, they're the guys that get put on the back burner, right? They're not going to do the small clients before their big clients, right?
Yeah.
So let this be an opportunity for everyone. Guys, it's the middle of Chinese New Year. There is no factories to research and contact. It's probably a good time to look at other sources of products. The USA, where you have factories that per unit, the prices could be a little bit more expensive because they're made in the USA, but your order quantities would be smaller. And so my job here is going to be tonight to teach you how to take the knowledge that Kevin gives you and how to actually start making money out of it, right? And so Kevin has this brilliant thing in his course about how to get quotes out of factories. It's great. Well, why don't you do that process with an American factory? you know, and why don't you got to hustle. So whilst these guys are shut down with their health crisis, there's absolutely going to have an impact. There's no question.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can either sit around and do nothing, or you must hustle and find sources of products in other countries in the meantime.
Yeah, for sure. And again, for those of you guys who are probably interested, while I see the questions are starting to come in, just coming from a medical background and understanding how that virus actually works, it's airborne. So don't worry about being contagious by stuff being shipped from China. I'm sure they have protocols involved to try to clean that part up. You have to literally, it's an airborne thing. So you have to be literally in contact with somebody who's coughing, sneezing in the air in their general space. So don't worry about those details. But like Lewis said, it's going to impact delivery for sure. So our jobs as entrepreneurs to find workarounds, right? Other countries that offer, manufacturing, or other countries that you can get maybe shipping from, things like that, of that nature. So that's an awesome question, Tamiko. So we're going to move on to next. So Nitin John has a PPC question, and his question is, if I advertise phrase match for a specific keyword and make a sale with that keyword on a different customer search term, will I get ranked for the search term or the advertising keyword?
Yay! Question of the night. Somewhere in the book. Okay, let's break this down for people that, okay, PPC is where you will spend all your time when you are on Amazon, right? Because once you've found your product and once you've optimized your listing and once you've gotten your reviews and once you've launched, what else are you going to do? Then you're going to manage your PPC, your sponsored ads, right? That's number one. Number two, Zonbase, that is in beta and you can check it out. Zonbase offers a managed PPC product, so the guys can go and check that out. Okay. Amazon allows you to target keywords, and if people type in those keywords and your product comes up and it's sponsored, it's because you've paid for it. And you can do it in two ways. There's manual and there's auto. Auto means you tell Amazon how much you want to spend maximum per bid, and Amazon figures out which keyword to put you on, and you don't have any say whatsoever. And then you've got manual. And there's three stages of manual. There's broad, which is kind of like auto, but it's very, very wide. So if your keyword was tennis shoe, a broad match to tennis shoe might be a tennis racket, might be a tennis ball, might be a sports cap, right? Phrase means that if you're bidding for a tennis shoe, if somebody types in tennis shoes for men, that phrase will come up. And then obviously exact is exact, right? So Nitin said, if I make a sale with the phrase match, in other words, Nitin said something like tennis balls was the keyword he was bidding on a phrase match, and that means that the client probably typed in the word tennis racket for ladies, yeah, and that they saw Nitin's product. Okay, his question was, which one will he rank for? He will rank for what the customer searched. Yeah. The PPC is only about whether to show your ad or not, but what you will rank for is what the customer searches for. Okay. That's probably a good time to just explain how Pageoneify does a launch, because we launch in that exact way, right? We know that if a client does an exact search for a keyword like, I've got in front of me my daughter's metal water bottle for girls, okay? That's going to be the keyword that we're going to launch this product for, metal water bottle for girls. If somebody types that in and they want to rank to page 1 for metal water bottle for girls, we will take all the client's budget and put all the budget into a campaign with only one keyword, an exact match for metal water bottle for girls, right? And And that ad will be on page one. And clients will click on that ad. And because they will click on that ad and pay full price, that product will organically rank for that keyword. And that's how we do our launches. It's a PPC only approach. And if people type in that keyword, they're going to see your ad on the top of the page. If they like it, they'll buy it. Your PPC ACOS won't be too high. If they don't like it and don't buy it, you're going to know straight away that the product is not the right product for that keyword, and we can make the change. Okay, but that's how Pageoneify does the launches. That's why Pageoneify launches work. That's why they stick, and it's also why sometimes they can take a little bit of time, because it's completely organic. When I say organic, it's real customers buying it at full prices, no big discounted giveaways.
Awesome. I hope that answered your question, John. I know you'll be back with another comment because you are live in here. So we have Danny Worthington. He says, can you talk to us through effective ways to contact sellers to set up drop shipping? I'm not sure if you're talking about companies that sell on Amazon.
Okay. So drop shipping is such a cool concept, because it's where you don't even own the inventory. You just, an order comes in, you place it with the factory, and you send it to the client. Okay. On Amazon, I'm not saying it's not impossible, but on Amazon, you might find it difficult to run with that business model, because it means you're going to be fulfilling by merchant. It means that you're not going to be using FBA. The inventory is not going to be sitting in Amazon's warehouse, right? Because you haven't got the inventory. It's sitting at a drop shipper somewhere. Okay. That means that you will miss out on, for all intents and purposes, you're going to miss out on Prime. Okay. There are ways that you can sell not as Amazon FBA, but still get Prime, but it's very, very difficult. It's very expensive. So basically, in short, you're going to be selling your product on Amazon, not with Prime. And it's just very difficult to compete, because if I'm coming onto Amazon and I'm looking for metal water bottles for girls, and all of them are Prime and are going to be arriving in 2 days, why would I pay the same price for someone that's not Prime and it's going to take 6 days or 7 days to arrive with the market? So, Danny, I don't know that you're going to come right getting a seller to dropship on Amazon, but tomorrow night, are we doing one tomorrow, Drew?
Not the Build Along series. We're going to be starting next week. So tomorrow we're going to talk about a little more, be open for more like questions and such.
Okay. So every Thursday at 5:30 Eastern, we do a webinar, a live webinar on drop shipping through Shopify. Shopify would typically be the channel you would do your drop shipping through. And we've got software that helps you find these kind of viral drop shipping products and how to promote them on Facebook and stuff like that. But it's not really an Amazon gig.
Yeah. Awesome. Danny Worthington, awesome question. Hope that helps you, man. Let us know if you have another question. I'm not sure this person's name. If you could type it out in English, that would help. But I'll take a first stab at this one. It says, I'm a beginner in Amazon FBA and I'm broke. Please advise. So cash flow, you're definitely gonna need some cash flow to, I'm sorry, I don't know your name, but you're gonna definitely need some cash flow to play the game of Amazon FBA. And anybody here can tell you that as well. So if you are broke, so you're gonna definitely need a little bit of cash. I would get some side gig. If you're in a country that offers Uber or some type of part-time job you can kind of get to get some cash on hand, that is probably gonna be the best route for you to go to in order for you to start off with being able to go into, purchasing products and in paying for services necessary to get your products launched correctly, because it's an all systematic way. And if you follow the system that Kevin lays out, you'll be, set up for success. But you have to be able to have some money to be able to get this going. Now, you said you're a beginner on Amazon FBA. I'm not sure if you already have something that's already in the works, or if you're just here learning to get started. So.
And the other thing, of course, is we're going to be promoting and pushing how you can, there's a few ways you can make money without investing in inventory on Amazon. One of them is you could subscribe to our software, either Pageoneify or Zonebase, to the affiliate program, and you could do YouTube videos or Facebook posts or something like that. And then if anybody kind of talking about our software, and that's completely annuity income. If anybody listens to that post or responds to it in any way, and then goes on to subscribe to the software, you would get 50% or whatever commission. It'll be 50%, of whatever they pay will come to you. That's one option. Another one is via an FBA agency. So in other words, you have to really know what you're doing, and it's not hard to learn because all the information's out there on YouTube. We all learned it from YouTube. You could invest in Kevin's course if you want to get A to Z kind of roadmap of how it all works. And the other way you can kind of learn how Amazon works is you can do what's called retail arbitrage. That's where you kind of would find one or two products on special at Walmart. That Walmart is kind of giving away at $1, and you would just take that one product and list it on Amazon. It's already got sellers on Amazon, but you will be cheaper, and you kind of undercut them and just sell that one product. That's called retail arbitrage. You're not going to make a lot of money. It's not very sustainable, but it teaches you exactly how Amazon works. And then with this knowledge that you're building up, you can then approach people that are battling on Amazon, and you can say, can I run your Amazon store for you? Or you can approach bricks and mortars or people that have Shopify stores, because Amazon can be a bit intimidating if you're not willing to learn. And you can offer to manage their Amazon store for them via an sort of FBA agency.
Yeah, that's some awesome advice there. Whatever your name is, I would definitely take a look into that. What Lewis just mentioned, that's some cool stuff. Amazon FBA agency. You could pretty much do an agency for anything, really, if you know how the system works, and what you're doing is essentially taking on the task of running the operations for the person who owns it technically. So yeah, it'd be an awesome way to start. For those of you guys that have similar questions, that'd be a good answer, a good route for you. Let's see if I can get this name right. You carry Okafor. I remember this name actually. Please brief me on how to effectively use the Jungle Scout to find my first product. I'm a nurse, not very computer smart. Well, as a fellow nurse, I know that you have to use computers at your job unless they're still using paper, whether you're using Epic or any other programs that's medically based. But Jungle Scout, well, we wouldn't mention Jungle Scout. We would mostly be focusing on Zon Keywords, which is the software that we normally show you how to find the products that you're looking for.
And the new software that we're launching, which is called Zonebase, has got a product discovery tool. And so I think you're just going to have to wait to, let us kind of show you how that works. See, I can't really rely on these other guys' software because I know where and how we get our data,
right?
And how hard we have to work to get it on time, and I can't say that the other guys do what we do. So
yeah, the one thing I'm confident to say with Lewis and his team is that they get the data as closely to real time as possible, and so the numbers will vary if you compare them. Again, research is great if you use multiple softwares to make sure you're doing finding the right numbers. But what I can say is that with, working with Lewis and talking with Lewis, with his team, they really get their algorithm to the point where it's like the closest you could possibly get it to the actual numbers that you're seeing on Amazon.
We track, I think it's like, I don't know the numbers off by heart. I should. I think it's 15 million keywords. It's like 14.8 million keywords.
Nice.
That's like tennis ball, yellow tennis ball, red tennis ball, blue tennis ball, so 15 million keywords. And I think we track over 100 million ASINs. That's like an ASIN of like red shirt large, red shirt medium, red shirt small, blue shirt large. There's just hundreds and hundreds of millions of ASINs. And that's the data that we're tracking.
And it's massive. So yeah, once Zon Base is launched, we'll probably give you a much better demonstration on how to do that for you. Okay. Next one, we have Elizabeth Solly. She says, all your videos needs closed captioning for hard of hearing and deaf people. I think some of
Let
them.
me answer that.
What is it? Are you talking about our videos? Oh, she's probably talking about our videos that we currently have. That's actually a good comment. I think we are actually having that in the works because all of these live videos that you guys are seeing, we upload them on to YouTube.
And
so
we are transcribing. We are transcribing them all.
And we're going to transcribe them.
But we're transcribing them manually because my accent is a bit weird, and so like the automatic transcribing doesn't quite pick up everything. So, but yes, everything is being transcribed. So thank you for that.
Yeah, so we'll do that. Thank you for the update, Elizabeth.
Can I just I have somebody with kind of special needs in my family, and can I say that e-commerce is such an awesome level playing field. You can have somebody who is very physically infirm that spends all day on a computer. That person is probably going to track down the best Amazon product to sell. E-commerce is a great is a great environment for people with disabilities.
Yeah, especially this is level playing field, like you said. Awesome. Next question we got from Joseph Ilol. He says, how do I know if my listing is correct and won't get stopped down the track?
Stopped.
I'm guessing.
Okay. So
banned or something.
Okay. So I mean, are you talking about doing something that's going to break some rule, and hence Amazon's going to withdraw your listing, right? So, for example, that's not. So you're talking about your whole product, because the actual listing itself, which is the title, the bullet points, things like that. If you were to launch with Pageoneify, we'll check your listing is fine, and in any event, you need to, fill the title with the most searched for keywords, etc. There's a process how to do that, right? But your listing can get stopped for a number of reasons. If you maybe are selling a product that's been trademarked or copyrighted or something like that, Amazon might stop you from selling that. If your product has too many returns, according to some metric that Amazon keeps, they might say to you, you're not allowed to sell this anymore. You're having too many returns. I've got experience of a product, one of my own products, where I had automatically set up that if anybody returns a product and it's sellable, that Amazon can put it back into inventory and resell it, right? But what I realize now is that other people were receiving these products and thought that they were used, and they probably were used. People were probably using them once or twice or three times and then returning it to Amazon in not very nice packaging. The Amazon FBA center minimum wage guy didn't care. He was like, yeah, this is new, then resold it. And my listing got blocked because